this is section 1 of part 3. Very tactfully, his heart softened by fellow feeling, since he too was a father, he allowed himself the deception of pretending he had misheard. "Oh," he said, "if it's the treasure you're afraid for, my lord, that'll be safe enough. Beauty here will keep an eye on it, won't you, my love?" The little mule pricked her ears at the sound of her name and turned her head. The driver chuckled. "See, my lord, how she knows every word I speak to her? She's as good as any watchdog, I promise. She won't let them get away with even a copper coin, will you, my pet?" The old king saw his error then. A flush came to his cheek. Looking very slight and frail, he moved to get down, and the driver, relieved of a difficulty he thought he might not be able to resolve, reached up to take Priam's hand. He had acted on impulse. Only when he saw how startled Priam was at this unaccustomed touch did it occur to him that he might have committed some affront to the king's sacred person. But Priam had already recovered. Far from taking offence, he seemed grateful, or so the man thought, for the ready consideration of his need. Alright, in this little section here, what we're seeing is Priam being treated like a man by Somax. Somax is acting first, and then, so we can see that, oops, in the wrong one. So we can see that, where is it? Here, he had acted on impulse, because he's reached up to take Priam's hand. He's just trying to help this man down off the cart. And then he thinks, oh my god, I might have actually done something wrong, might have committed some affront to the king's sacred person. But Priam actually responds really positively to this. So far from taking offence, he seems grateful for the ready consideration of his need. So Somax is not thinking about him as a king or as a figure of state, but he's actually thinking about what he needs, and he's acting accordingly. I would say that he's doing the same thing at the start of this passage here, where he's talking about, he's acting tactfully, because Priam is saying, no, I'm going to stay here with the body of my son, and Somax is like, oh god, he's losing it a bit, I need to make sure that he saves face, so he's trying to treat him respectfully, but respectfully as a father, as someone who has lost someone. Here we've got Priam described as looking slight and frail, and Somax is described as relieved of a difficulty he thought he might not be able to resolve. So Somax is being faced with a problem, the problem being that Priam is acting a little bit bizarrely here, and he doesn't really know how to resolve the issue. But but he tries anyway. He's trying to do this tactfully, he's trying to be respectful to Priam as a person, and he's treating him as a person in the sense that he's thinking about what Priam might need in this moment, and he's acting accordingly, and Priam appreciates that. Alright, let's keep going. With great courtesy, he thanked the driver, and with one or two twinges, but no lack of royal dignity, allowed himself to be handed down. "That's it, my lord," the carter told him. "You'll see. We'll have a nice rest here, and maybe even a bite to eat." He thought he should sow that seed early, since he had had nothing himself since close on dawn. "We've got shade from the heat and plenty of cover. No one will spy us here." He led the king down through soft sand to the water's edge. It's an easy enough crossing at this time of the year, though it can be wicked at others. Twisting the homespun of his robe in his fist and hoiking it manfully up to his knees, he took a step, sandals and all, into the stream. The bottom was sandy, the shallow so still and clear you could see the fingerlings that, alert to this sudden large intrusion into their world, formed a silvery arrowhead of light under the surface and came darting in to investigate. All quiver and nerve, they nosed in and nudged and nibbled at him. The carter, hands on knees, leaned over to study them. "Hello, little ones," he called. But they had already decided that he was an object of no interest. In a single shivering movement, they wheeled and cut away. With a laugh, the carter followed the flash they had made under the surface, then straightened and turned back to where Priam, looking uncertain and out of place, stood watching. He's like a child, he thought, a bit on the slow side, or a man that's gone wandering in his sleep and doesn't know where he is or how he got here. Well, it was clear no orders were to be expected from that direction. If they were to move forward, it was up to him. Alright, this is particularly interesting. So this is from Somax's point of view, where he's saying it was clear that no orders were to be expected And if they were to move forward, it would be up to him. So Somax is the one who's assuming control and responsibility over this situation, even though Priam far outranks him. And Somax is perceiving Priam as like a child, a bit on the slow side, or a man who doesn't know where he's going on and how he's got there, someone who's sleepwalking. And this kind of outlines the key differences between Priam and Somax. Somax is used to living in the immediate and the real, and Priam is just a visitor here, really. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to approach these situations. Okay, the description of how Somax approaches the fish is really lovely when you compare it to Priam's thoughts on the fish and how he is kind of amazed that these things exist and they have a life and that they're just out there swimming around while he's in his palace doing all of the performative things that he has to do. But Somax expects these things to be here, and he engages with them in a really sort of cute little way. He's acting like he belongs in this space and that he isn't surprised like Priam is about anything that he's seeing.